Hi everyone, I'm Max from the Max team and I am with the great Rane from Argentina. How are you?
Hello, Max. Hello, everyone out there. I'm super happy to be casting here once again and happier than usual because I'm also casting a friend and a fellow Argentinian player today. So, props for this finals and third place match that we're gonna see and cast this evening or afternoon, depending where you're watching.
Yeah, it's the evening in France. And as you said, we'll have first the third place match with Rami94 and Reqvam. Rami94 from Argentina and Reqvam from Croatia. And then we'll have the great final of this Max League 6 involving the Chinese guy WEStone versus Furyhunter. You may know him from DK. And if you see me eating something, that's my cat because he's biting me just right now and biting the microphone wire as well. So okay, maybe this cat won't make the night. Okay, it's Selena. I have to show you. Okay, Selena, show. Yeah, Selena. Voilà. Okay, so the Max League 6 is almost over. It's I have to say that I feel it's the most demanding WEStone event in the world. It's an invitational event with 64 players. We'll add 4 stages, the pre-qualification with 40 players. The alpha of them have been disqualified after that. And then we'll have the qualification stage with 40 players. The half of them went to the main stage, and then we had 5 rounds, 1 per week, and then we are here in the playoffs. The players involved in the Max League 6 were the best grandmasters, the best rated
Master Tour players,
Master Tour players, ladder finishers, and that's it. So we have our top 4 tonight, and we have a very good show.
La creme de la creme, the best of the best tonight for this. I'm just trying to learn languages. The other day I was just translating an interview from Portuguese to Spanish, today casting in English, and throwing some things that I just learned on the way. But I'm super excited because this is a super high level rehearsal, and despite the changes weren't much, we had a mini set just days ago, week. Well, it was just a week ago, and that shifted a bit the meta, gave some archetypes some new tools, and that is a nice. This is a nice benchmark for players to test themselves. Also, regarding what we will be having next weekend, which is Master Tour, so this is like kind of like the pre-Master Tour stage. Like probably we will be seeing these same names in the top half of the event. You can check Donkey's site for any Master Tour event, and for sure Stone will be there up, or at least in top 16 or whatnot. Furyhunter the same. So this is a super stacked finals, and I really liked one thing you mentioned before the broadcast, that both players had reached this final undefeated. So this means we will be having an undefeated champion, which is also a nice start to add to your bragging rights. I did not only was champion, but I was undefeated along the way.
You're right. The last time I saw an undefeated champion was Wire and DreamHack with the Dragons. I guess it was 1 year ago almost.
Yeah, as a DreamHack, the 3 Dragon event, the Wire nail an A0 on the Switch stage, and then wait to the final. That was the first at least the first time I remember the perfect sweet score course was broken by water from Max team. I've seen some, I think in 2 Masters tours after that the thing happened, but he was the first one to break the curse.
Okay.
Because there were so many fatidic events with players getting a perfect score in the Swiss rounds and then losing the first match of the playoffs after that. So let's yeah, let's bring that out. And today we won't be having that because both players are undefeated and one of them will be the champion. But before that, we have another match because this is not just a one match broadcast. We'll be having more action than that.
Yeah, and this first match is the third place match, and it involves Rami, who lost to Furyhunter yesterday in an epic match. You have to check the replay if you didn't see that.
Yes, you need to check that. I was astonished, like how it beginning and how it ended. Yeah. Whoa, that's a series you all want to watch.
Yeah, and it was a 3-2 very close, and Reqvam lost to WEStone in a very a match with tension, and it was surprising to see Reqvam being mad on cam and eating the table with his hand. I never saw him like that.
He was never happy. You asked that many times, and I think your co-caster too. You were asking if Reqvam was happy. He was never happy about the outcomes of the RNG, his opponents' draws, and everything. I saw that and I suffered that with him.
Yeah, you're right. And we have to just notice a last thing. Reqvam won the Max League 4 and Furyhunter the Max League 5. So they are very constant in this event, and we like this as well.
Okay. So we have not only good players that have credentials for this season, but from previous seasons too. So just come and join, and also make sure you cheer for your favorites. We'll let you know once the commands are on, because it's everyone plays here to cheer, to predict also a winner. So time for the chat to be a part of this stream too.
Yeah, you're right. You can use the exclamation mark top command to cheer for Rami, and exclamation mark bottom command to cheer for his opponent Reqvam, and to cheer Rane, it's exclamation mark right, and for me it's left. So we are checking now the lineup from Rami, the same as yesterday, because they have to play with the same decks in the semifinals and then the last match. So the Implock, the priest, all priests have been banned, so no priest today. If you don't like priest, you're at the right place. If you like priest, sorry for you and for me, because I'm a priest lover. And then hunter and the mage.
The mage, the mage is something that hasn't been out of the meta like ever. Like, I mean, this expansion added some tools, but this is not exactly the same core as the big spell mage, but it's kind of like similar gameplay. It has some so the spooky variation with the Nathrius on top. It's cool. It has a lot of, it has like a different finisher. It doesn't run Kel'Thuzad, but still same synergies, because skeletons die, power up your Nathrius, and then you have a huge power spike, trying to cast as many runes as the Archmage as you can, and also like level up your Magister Dawn's Grasp, hero power, and until it becomes a fireball or a fire explosion for 2 mana.
Okay, and then we have the Big Beast Hunter bringing a new card, Sylvana the Accused. Okay, and we saw yesterday that it was very relevant, good addition to the deck with this midi set. Okay,
exactly. It's one of the most popular legendaries. I was checking yesterday. It's like in 1 every 4 decks. regarding like general play. Like I understand many people just playing for testing it and not sure if it's competitive or no, but just checking on that to see how impactful the miniset legendaries were. And Sylvanas, it has the potential not to be impactful today or this weekend, but on the long run, because it's a powerful minion that has some like setup you need to put, but still it's a nice and powerful tempo swing that you can throw on 6 mana.
Yeah, right. And the infused thing is quite good on the card. Then we have the Abyssal Implock, was very powerful yesterday. So it's not the only aggressive Implock, but you are adding the package, the Abyssal Curse package, to finish the game. And very good. And we'll say that later that the Warlock from Furyhunter, it's not the same. So you'll say that later.
Yeah, that is true. There's some differences over there. I like this Warlock. The consistency it brings. It's like half and half. Some players don't like doing two things like okayish. They want to do one thing really well, and this is where this deck might lose some percentage to itself, like not having consistent early game with the imps. But it still has the powerful late game, like an inevitable win condition if you drive it through, and it's pretty good to face one of the most popular and powerful decks out there, like this Beast Hunter that we mentioned. So it's a good addition to everyone's lineup. I think this is a pretty standard lineup. Maybe the Mage is the most like feature deck. I mean the different the different one in there, but the other three are like kind of staples nowadays, I think.
Yeah, you're right. And we are going to check now the lineup from Reqvam. So it's as well a priest, a big beast hunter, an abyssal implock, but there is a druid, a ram druid, and I guess it's no celestial alignment. I guess it's WEStone playing this. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so quite the same, the same list for the Hunter with the Sylvanas as well, but maybe no, let me check, no Denathrius for Reqvam. Okay,
yeah, just slight different end of curve. I think the Denathrius in this matchup and in this deck is kind of like going too greedy sometimes. It depends what you want to target. That's kind of like the deal on this tournaments, but it's not like a key card. It's not that important. Most of the time you like have the pressure. You do it like on turns 1 to 6, and then you just keep summoning beast and finding awkward boards for your opponent to solve, and that's how you deliver lethal.
Okay, I have to check if Reqvam is available, because Rami is telling me that it's still on stream. So Reqvam, are you here? Are you available? We are starting.
He has just
in a few seconds.
just raided. I think he was just waiting for us to start.
Yes,
He has rated and thank you. Welcome every Reqvam farm. You can I'm not sure which is top and which is bottom. Max will tell you, but whenever the match starts, you can use the commands exclamation mark top and exclamation mark bottom to cheer for your favorite players. That if you're coming from Reqvam streams, I guess that is Rami, of course. So just letting you know who to cheer for.
Yeah, welcome everyone. So if you want to cheer for Reqvam, it's exclamation mark bottom, and for his opponent, if you don't like him very well, so you can use the exclamation mark top, like Rane just did. Hi everyone. Okay, we're just checking Reqvam's lineup, bringing a big beast hunter, a rock druid, a priest that has been banned, and Implock. The Implock is quite the same. we just had previously, and then very powerful druid we know with Naga Giants, and a very good tool added to this druid as Sylvanas, as we said previously.
Yes, because it's a deck that usually it has many chances to infuse. Like it has the Nathrius, it has Raid of Onyxia, Scales of Onyxia, Topior. Like it screams infuse like on the four directions. So having Sylvanas the Qs, it's a good. It's kind of like a third Insatiable Devourer in a way, like which is cheaper most of the time. Like it's cheaper always. It's a third Insatiable Devourer most of the time because you not only like remove your opponent's stats, but you add it to your side. In a way, you can compare that if you play that for 9 mana. With infused 3, it's in a deck that infuses a lot, and I mean a lot. Like having Sylvanas infusing 7 is it's just a card that you play on your deck, and it's a good card you play on your deck.
Yeah, I like the design of the card. Okay, I guess we can give the players the go because Rami is very impatient to start. Okay, I'm eating here. Yes. So we have Reqvam at the bottom of the screen, Rami at the top of your screen. I just have to check from the cameras. Cameras, where are you? We're waiting for you, cameras. Just a second.
Well, Max, since setting up everything, I wanna just make sure all the Reqvam fans that came with the raid know we're playing the third place match today. Yesterday we had the semifinals, in which Reqvam lost to WEStone and Rami lost to Furyhunter. After this match, we will have the finals of this Max League 6 that has 1,000 euros in prize pool. So players just don't want to lose. This is no show match. This is for the money. So everyone is invested here. Decks are from this week, so it's mini set decks. We already chatted. I'm seeing some familiar faces over there. Nalgidan cheering for Rami, I guess, and part of the players that will be representing Legion Latam this next weekend on the Master Tour. I'm super eager to see how this match starts. Do you think players will start with the usual double Hunter extra large beast deck?
Yeah, it can be because this deck is very powerful in this end of this Max League, so it may be, but Reqvam may try to counter it just right now. We are in LHS format with maybe his Warlock. We'll see. Warlock is powerful against this. The cat, no, I have to kill the cat. I'm back in 3 seconds.
While Max adjusts his wires and his cat probably, so we'll stall for a bit. Remember, this is last hero format standing. Last hero standing format. I'm scrambling words around. So this means that every player to win the series, they need to defeat every deck from their opponent. It doesn't matter if it's 4 times like 3-0 with the same deck. Once you lose with a deck, that deck is eliminated and you cannot use it again. If you win with a deck, you continue using that until it loses. So that is a twist that Max leagues usually have. It's now Conquest. It's different, and that's what is also interesting to cast because it's different from what we see every weekend in other competitions.
Yeah, and it allows players to bring something new as a lineup and as deck building. So starting, I guess, in few seconds, preparing to battle a friend. Here we have Reqvam 72 legend right now, and Rami 262 on European server, not his own server, with his very beautiful Argentinian jacket here. Very
Yeah,
nice. Yeah, Rami.
we're just like 45 days away from the World Cup, so the colors are just what we have in hand. This is Hearthstone, but still, it's kind of like a World Cup in a way, because this are the in this Max League number 6, we had the best players in the world representing themselves and their countries, and now we are having the first match of today, the third place match, Reqvam against Rami. Reqvam on the bottom, Rami on the top. You can use those commands to cheer for them. Time to play.
Yeah, right. And starting, as you said, with Hunter versus another Hunter. Yes, it's now, guys. We are here, and they want to have this third place match.
And if you look at the cards, we see Reqvam having a super solid curve, which with a 2-drop with the best, I think, early game seed, the Fox Spirit Wild Seed allows him to have early board control, and on top of that, he has the Harpoon Gun, which is amazingly strong, with a combination not only for board control. There's like, well, it's no Fairy War Axe, but it can bring you a discounted beast, which is pretty good. And if it's not a beast, at least a pet collector that brings you a beast.
Yeah, and on the chat away, they ask us if there is now the match for the third place. Yes, it is, and then we'll have the final after that. And as you said, a very good start here for Reqvam with this very powerful weapon on 3, Harpoon Gun, who can dredge you the beast, but no beast at the bottom of the deck right now. But it allowed Reqvam to get rid of the Trog, the little Trog.
Yeah, that's true. And also, like, if you think it's a good setup, because in turn 5, Reqvam will be playing Pet Collector, smashing his Asharan Tiger into something, and then using the second charge of the Harpoon Gun to draw it, to dredge it, and bring it back to the top of the deck for 1 mana. And that 1 mana will mean not just 1 mana for 3 with Rush. You also have embedded a different beast that for Reqvam's list, it could be a King Crush or Mountain Bear. So Rami is in a tough spot. He has the chance to coin a 5, like coin the Rat King, or go double 2s. Dredging first to see if he can improve his odds, seeing that he's been curved out. Maybe he understands that, like, just trading the board is not enough. He's far behind, that he needs to keep the coin, probably for playing Tabish next turn.
Yeah, it shows the 5 mana 4/5, bringing the white seeds, and it has the board. It's not a powerful one, but 4 minions here, and it chose not to bring the Rat King here. And with the Rat King in Reqvam's hand is assured to have the Saber, and as you said, to drag the Sunken Saber with his weapon powerful and more powerful incoming.
And that is what this deck shines, like snowballing early advantages and keeping pressure. It's hard for hunters, like historically, to make a comeback. This deck has some comeback mechanics because it has like direct impact minions, like taunt minions, like rush minions, even the chance of kind of playing with Tabish and its secrets. We saw yesterday Rami trying to duplicating Mountain Bear with them with the emergency maneuvers, which was unsuccessful because he double rolled Mishas, but still it is one of the chances. Now Reqvam has I don't want to say a turning point, but not an easy decision. He could go for the Sunken Saber and smash it into Arlon, but that doesn't clear Arlon, and
I
maybe
like the Rat
you want to
King,
use the Rat King with that.
I like the Rat King with the Sunken Saber. and do not injure your saber. Okay. Oh, you want to do it another
this is
way?
interesting.
Okay. Oh yeah.
This way he gets a second sunken saber and a second pet collector to his hand, which is amazing. He could even like dump his hand with this and keep on playing. Rami probably not very thrilled about this.
Yeah, very good use of these resources here to generate more value with a new pet collector, but I'm not sure it will bring something, but the new sunken saber is very good here. Okay, what would it be? I'm not sure that improved
Yeah,
motion
you need stats on board. And the snake trap was, I think, the best stats you could get. Here, improved emergency maneuvers. 2 bears, like 2 to 5 with taunt. It's little, but it's something at least for next turn. You can like bluff this way an explosive trap, but I don't think Reqvam will bite. He's testing with first the freeze, like the ice trap, then the freezing, and now he's just going full faith and letting Rami know that the end is coming as as if he were the doomsayer.
And we have and we have the Sylvanas here waiting to be infused or just destroying an enemy minion to get the lethal if needed. What would it be? Okay, you can Rat King maybe. Is it? Yeah, Pet Collector will be better, I guess, to get his own saber.
Yes, I think that is what like the most stats Rami could throw, but at the same time I don't think this is enough, because despite he doesn't have any way to stretch the sunken saber, then like Reqvam has a second sunken saber in hand, so it will be super easy for him to trade what's on board, and also to keep on summoning stuff from his deck. So this overwhelming amount of status is just too much. Even Sylvanas comes here, like the anti-synergy of a dormant minion. We've seen this with Resurrect Priest on the Pastoral Lead, or Shadow Priest resurrecting Homunculus. This is just a no-go for Rami.
Yeah, and the setup level is very cruel here. Just hitting the hero power will make it. Yeah, nothing can be done here. The Hunter won. And
one of the best decks in the meta, not for nothing. When it can't curve out like this, it's kind of unstoppable.
Yeah, right. We won't see this deck played by Rami anymore because it has been defeated. He has to bring his Warlock or his Mage. I guess it will be the Warlock. I guess, but okay, he's bringing the Mage. Yesterday he made, if I remember well, the same. Bringing the Mage to the Hunter. Okay.
I understand this. I think the Mage can freeze install better than the Abyssal Curse Lock. Abyssal Curse Lock, it's a deck that's decent against the Hunter, but at the same time, Rami wants the Abyssal Curse Lock to be a Druid counter. So you want to preserve that deck for after winning, because you don't aim just to win this game. I mean, you want to win the whole series. So if you spend your Druid counter countering Hunter, that becomes a problem along the way. So that's I think why Rami picked the Mage in this case.
Okay, I guess Reqvam will keep the Trog. Rami will keep his I don't remember the code in English, waiting for the the game to give it to me, give me the name.
For wildfire.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, no truck. Yeah, okay, it didn't keep.
Interesting for Reqvam that didn't keep the truck going second, despite he had like truck plus coin mount, which is a decent play, and does pretty well against what the mage can do, because it is a mage that has many spells. Is not a big mage at all. So, but on the other hand, he found a couple of 2-drops, school teacher to fill in the curve, Tavish, Hydralodon, just things. The curve for Reqvam seems pretty okay. On the other side, Rami has Theodore, and that might change a bit the things, because if you have Theodore, you can maybe steal the Hydralodon or Tavish. I think that those are the most important cards in Reqvam's hand. Things can get better for the Argentinian player, but he misses School Teacher, the coin, and the roaming mount.
Yeah,
I think the worst 3 options for him, and also giving him a flurry. That's
yeah, I guess it's the
kind of
flurry.
nauseous.
Yeah. Oh, the multicaster. Oh, I'm not sure about that. Okay. Well, yeah,
that is interesting, but because he could have gotten like 2 cards out of that multicaster with the fire spell and the frost spell. So giving away that kind of like it's strange to me. But who am I to judge top 4 max league player? But still a bit confused. Now we have 2 paths, Max. We could go freezing the 4/4 with the location, developing a couple of skeletons, or even just try our luck with with the school teacher.
Yeah, I would have liked to see the school teacher here, because you were able to play the 1 mana minion generated like this. Hi everyone on the chat, you're more than 200 tonight, thanks to Reqvam and the raid.
Well, Reqvam decided to use the coin for speeding up Tavish, which is an interesting way of playing this game. Since mages go the XL version, they're not 30 health, you cannot really pressure them with your hero power anymore. So having the beast hero power, like 1 animal companion a turn, that is way more impactful in the long run. It's a lot more value than just 2 damage along the way. So I appreciate this play for Reqvam, that went for freezing trap and an improved ice trap. The ice trap wouldn't hurt much, but the freezing trap a bit.
Yeah. We see here explosive. I like to cast a secret from the Naggling, so your opponent can be very confused with that. Okay, not now. Yeah, it shows the secret explosive runes. Okay, and maybe we'll see a Hydralodon in 2 turns here. Not this one, but first offer of the night.
Offer. Yeah, okay. And this is a lot of pressure. Yep. Look at that life total going down, even using weapon charges. Reqvam knows that it wouldn't be hard to bring like King Rush with the Wing Commander Ickman, so just chooses to go the aggressive way. Also, he can keep rolling halfers every turn. This is not a bad situation at all.
Oh, and with this unknown secret, you don't want to play your Hydralodon on it, I guess.
Yes, I think you don't need to. You want to just test the spells, because you knew that it were like probably an objection or an explosive trap. Both will punish you hard. So finding a minion to play, and a minion that might have an upside because you can just set up a better board was a good excuse. And once again, Lethal
Ooh.
is around the corner. But on Rami's side, the Reckless Apprentice and the Modresh top deck might change things a bit.
Right. Something can be done here. Still these 2 full ones to get rid of. Maybe we'll have a trade here with the 4-4 and the 2-2. Yeah, value trade.
Yeah, so you can even freeze the last minion. I'm not sure if using the freeze to prevent 3 damage is worth it, considering what the hunter can do a lot more damage. But on the other hand, you have more freeze effects with the flurry, with the solid alibi. You can mitigate much of the damage incoming. So I think that was what Rami was thinking when using that location. Now, I guess it's time to just trade that bear away and use Modresh to finish the board. And this is not a bad situation for Rami because he has depleted his opponent from cards, at least for what he knows. We see that Wing Commander, that it's like a board refill and also kind of like card draw, because it's just draw cards from your deck and then puts them on the board better than even drawing them on hand. But still, it's not an easy situation for either of those. Rami right now has the board advantage, but we need to check how long this will last.
Yeah, and on the chat, we are complaining about Reqvam having a coach behind him, as you see.
Yeah, it's true. It's one of his secrets. Look at that, King Crush going and this is a huge problem for Rami now.
Yeah, you're right. The Modresh has been used just before the arrival of this Hickman Wing Commander. I say Hickman. I'm not sure about the pronunciation, but I do it like this way. But you have a solid alibi.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. You can still keep developing and behind that solid alibi, and just banking on the box, the rune of the Archmage to save you along the way. I think that is like what Rami's hand asks for. There's not much other play. Well, this freezes the whole board, so in a way it makes sense. Also, you can just drop the location to freeze the Asharon Tiger if you want. I'm not sure if Rami didn't want to trade first before throwing that freeze, just to start dealing with the taunts. But this gives him some time.
Yeah, and it will add more odds to it King Crush like that. And as we said, Sylvanas infused or not, very relevant in the deck.
Look at that, and we have a Parrot in hand. Now we can cast double boxes and double Rune of the Archmage. We don't have much time because despite, okay, you can play a solid alibi, you're still getting at least 6 damage in. So just going to 10 is low, well, a super low stage. I think Rami is casting. Oh, this is casting a Blizzard.
Oh yeah, very old Blizzard. Played a week ago. But okay. Is it?
Yeah. I think it was another one. Wow, look at that, another one. And another one, 7 damage chipped in for Reqvam thanks to the top deck and the hero power, putting Rami in a stressful situation. I think there is not much room for speculation from his side.
Yeah, and if you don't see the Discover here on the stream, you have to complain to Blizzard, please, because I'm not seeing them anymore.
I can take it.
Yeah, it's the same happened to me, and
okay.
well, this is quite good actually. I was not thinking about the power of this New Blizzard actually, because it's dealing with everything is dealing 2 damage. Rami can go like a location and a ping here to finish things off, or even well start it up. I don't think it's worth it.
The cold case give him 4 more armor.
Cold case for armor, that's true also.
And you can ping.
Don't risk it. The thing is that the Rat King will awaken once you kill a minion.
You're right.
So
you're right.
It's kind of better to have the location to freeze it and prevent the damage, because you're already receiving 3 from the weapon. So either a Huffer or a Leok would kill you in that instance.
Okay.
Not mentioning above.
So here you have 5 more. No, I don't want to have the peasants now. Oh, I guess we'll see the Hydralodon now. Or maybe first the Drage.
There's a Sunken Saber in the... Or is there another Sunken Saber in Reqvam's deck? I'm not sure if it's a bug, but I think it is. And you have the Pet Collector to bring it up, so...
Yeah.
That might be a play that helps him. Because,
I'm not sure
but on the other hand, he has
any beasts left.
Yeah, that is true. It will bring the Sunken Saber, but not any other beasts, because every other beast has been played this game. But still, Harpoon Gun on the top deck, according to what I see. That is 3 extra damage that will be incoming next turn, and now Rami has no other out than going Rune of the Archmage, and the Reckless Apprentice is green, which this means that there was no mass polymorph at least. Let's see if this pings everything out.
No,
Shooting Star, and you have the Flame to finish things off.
Okay, and 2 more secrets. Okay, not bad.
And those secrets are amazing in this stage, because look at this. Reqvam is at 6 health. With explosive runes, Huffer. Oh, this is exactly lethal. And 2 off for Rami that only needed 2 more damage to drive. No need to play minions. Super close match. Reqvam takes it 2-0. And amazing by Rami, because he took like what this game? 18 damage from weapons, like 2 from the stacks, 2 charges from each Harpoon Gun. It was just brutal.
Yeah,
and never mentioned like the 3 Huffers on the way. So it's like what he just received 30 damage from uninteractive stuff like weapons and charge minions.
Yeah, and the contrast between the 2 players here is very painful to see. We have Reqvam smiling and laughing, and Rami is really at the end of his life just now. It will be difficult, but I guess something can be done with this this Warlock. That's the Hunter.
Time to rush your enemy. Not starting is not a good sign for a deck that wants to be ahead on board like the Warlock. On the other hand, Reqvam just hit the nuts. I think the best 1-drop he could get, because it's like a 2 layers on it. He can use the Doggy Biscuit to buff it and even continue the pressure. Then the Wild Spirits to probably keep ahead of board, just not even getting behind. The only thing that plays in Rami's favor is that he has the Mischievous Imp, and he could play it as soon as next turn, so that might bail him out, but not totally sure.
Rami is mad. He's mad here. He doesn't want to see it anymore. He didn't want to see the rush minion. He didn't want to see it on the 3. Okay, so
Yeah,
what will be?
the stack too. Yeah, now it's time for Mischievous Imp, and once, like, if your opponent trades one of them, you can just refill with a second, with a second load of Mischievous Imps to try to stay ahead on board. The problem with that is, like, you know, there's a weapon incoming, so that might be a problem, but not that of a problem because this kind of annuls Reqvam's half harpoon gun. Because it will override the weapon, but on the other hand, well, you just know your opponent will have a better top deck for next turn. Time to go wide for Rami, time to deal damage. I think this both imps will need to go face because this deck relies on minion damage and board presence first to then finish things off with the curses. One thing we didn't mention is that Rami has Impending Catastrophe in hand, and that is an amazing card to have in this situation because the rest of his hand is not really playable at the moment.
Okay, and it will draw a mass number of cards here. Okay, so what it is, dragged below.
Five
Not that
cards
bad, not bad. Dragged below here to get rid of the 5/4. I like it.
Yeah, I think that the best card here was like a location, probably to buff stuff. But on the other hand, the drag below, it deals with the most attacked minion. And once again, despite being under pressure, because next turn Reqvam could deliver like what is 11 damage to Rami. Rami knows this is a race. He needs to do that. He has also Sakul in hand, sorry, Lady Darkbane and the Abyssal Wave. So next turn he could just go Lady Darkbane to clear the board if he falls behind. But now we have secrets on board, so that might be a bit trickier than he thought.
And yesterday it was the same. Rami used the mage before using, if I remember well, the warlock versus the hunter, and when he used the warlock, he won on turn 5 versus Furyhunter, if I remember well. I guess this deck is very powerful versus.
I understand that too, and the problem is like it's more like a 50-50, like I think.
Yeah, you have to draw it in the best
and
way.
it depends on this and how high your opponent rolls, because Reqvam is kind of like doing pretty well in this matches. Now Rami is correctly testing. It knows it's not freezing, not explosive, not not snake trap. So most likely either a spell, a nice trap. And one thing that I'm not sure, does this freeze spell counts towards the motion denied?
I guess he has to play 3 more cards from now, but I'm not sure.
I think it does.
1, 2, and oh no!
It does.
Oh, it
It does.
count. Oh, so it's not the same now because 9 damage here. It's a lot. A
lot, and like a halfer incoming, the weapon incoming next turn. This is a this is a
not offer, please.
situation in which no halfer. This is a situation in which Rami is super complicated, and let's see, this might be a problem here. How could Rami deal with the situation?
I guess you have
Abyssal Wave?
Abyssal Wave, and then but it's lethal. Even if Abyssal Wave, you have the weapon. It's
there's 2 damage missing because it's Tyrus
right.
hero power. You need to roll halfer. It's like 33% lethal.
Yeah.
But maybe you can exchange that shipment, that wicked shipment, to see if you find. Even a cultist won't make it, because the curses will do 2 and 3 damage, which is far off what Rami needs it. So Rami will need a couple of turns here, and he doesn't have a couple of turns unless he draws dancing for some life gain or touch of the Nathrasim, something like that. Void Walker, I haven't seen that Void Walker.
Okay. Yeah.
That is interesting, and that might change things. It's getting half his life back. Oh, look at that, the rush.
Oh, not.
Never mind.
Would it be offer, Reqvam? Will you offer one more time here? No.
No offer, but
Thank you
still.
about that.
This is a problem for Rami because a new deck, and now he needs not only to clean with Lady Darkwing, which he can't actually because he needs a way to kill his own minion, but to put a taunt in the way. Well, Wicked Shipment, trading Wicked Shipment and getting a touch of Narasim or one cost spell could do, or there's another lethal here with a Flame Imp.
Flame Imp.
Going with class.
So it's a 3-0 here. Rami is very disappointed. I'm sad for him. We'll see if we can have him on a little interview.
I can't imagine that because this last year sending format when there's decks that are kind of like power outliers. It's hard to feel good because. Right. You cannot just overcome losing the mirror most of the time. It's like you're going into a 50-50. You don't have any clear counters, so that felt rough for Rami probably.
Yeah, you're right. We're back on cam here. I'm adding Rami and Reqvam here with us to have the little interview after the game.
Hello.
Yes, Rami is here and we have Reqvam as well.
Hello.
Hi guys, thank you for the games. It was very impressive here to see you compete. And we were thinking that this mirror of the Hunter in this first game maybe was the key to win it all, and that's it. Is Hunter too powerful today nowadays? What do you think, guys?
It's pretty good after a priest ban. Yeah, it's after priest ban. It's probably the best deck, and then you can't really have a counter for it in LHS. You kind of just have to beat it with one of the decks. I mean, yeah, neither Rami nor I had a really a good deck versus Hunter. We have some decks that can beat Hunter, but aren't like super favored. The Mage is decent versus Hunter, but I think it's pretty 50-50 matchup. And Warlock is unfavored, I think. Not sure on the matchup actually, but definitely feels like Hunter has the advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, Warlock is. Hunter is favored against Warlock, but against Mage, it's something like 60-something% for the Mage, actually.
I played a little bit of that matchup, and it hasn't really felt 60%. I think 60% is if a matchup is 60%, then I think it's like pretty favored for one side, and it's hard to win for the other side. But from the Hunter side, I've had decent success in the matchup, just like the smorking, just going face, and then you push a little bit of minion damage, and then
and then you roll 3 halfers and 4 weapons,
yep.
and
that
makes it was like 30 damage out of like 3 halfers and like 6 weapon charges. It was crazy.
Yeah, Hunter just gets there.
And we saw you, Rami, very disappointed during the games, and after it, we can understand that. We saw the same games.
Yeah.
The Hunter mirror is so stupid. It's like whoever starts first with a 1-drop wins. There's absolutely nothing that the second player can do. Like that's a little tilting. Like literally
Yeah,
my last 7-8 games with Hunter in a mirror were always starting second. So come
Yeah.
on.
I did miss the one drop, but I had the pet collector and saber
Yeah.
Yeah.
combo, which is
Yeah, you're right.
which was unbeatable because you didn't have the one drop into buff that could stick. Because I rolled the 3-1 and had the harpoon guns. So yeah,
I was
100
like,
is
okay,
pretty silly.
I lost. It's
Yeah.
over.
So you're both in the top 4 of this Max League 6. How do you feel about that? But you know all the field of the involved in this Max League. It is the most powerful we had in every edition. How do you feel being top 4 of it?
I mean, I'm happy with top 4. If you offered me top 4 or third place when the tourney started, I think I would have gladly accepted it. It stings because of the series yesterday. I feel like I got pretty scammed. But yeah, I'll take third place.
Okay.
I'm happy with it.
And what about you, Rami?
Not gonna lie, like finishing fourth and not getting as like good, like going out of the tournament empty-handed is quite disappointing. Not gonna lie, like, but well, like it happens. At least I made it to the last day of the tournament. That is a
Right.
pretty good achievement, I guess. So
Yeah.
I'm happy with that, I guess.
Okay. Do you have further questions, Rane? Maybe?
No, I just wanted to congratulate you both for mainly following on what Rami said. This is you got to the last day of the tournament. You were like yesterday playing for a final spot, and that in a tournament that has like the top 64 players in the world, because this is just not a casual tournament. This is a highly competitive one, and with a format that is not just okay, I got lucky in a single elimination tournament and I got here. It's a much tougher field than that, and so I wanted to congratulate you both, and would like you to take this as a win regardless of the result or the prize money, because this means that you're doing pretty good, and that should mean something, at least for me, and on my humble point of view.
Yeah, I am very, I agree very much with that, and thank you. Okay, guys. Okay, for you, players?
Yep. Thanks for having us. Thanks for
Okay.
hosting the tournament as always, and it's been a blast.
Thank you. Thank you, Rami, as well. And see you next time. We are about to start the great final now. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, so the players are ready for the final, the great final. We are about to check now the just here. Okay, we will see the semifinals and leading Furyhunter and WEStone to the great final. Now they are both undefeated in the Max League 6. 5 round and the main stage, 5 wins, and then the playoffs led them to the final. Just a word about the lineup. Now, starting with WEStone Swan. I'm hitting the right button here because I like buttons. Okay, yes, you do know that. Okay. Okay, a priest, a demon hunter, a druid, and a rogue, which did very well yesterday. Yeah, brought him.
Yes,
very good
it's
spot.
especially on frustrating Reqvam. That was like the main, the sweet spot the rogue had with whirlpools, like clean the scenes and everything,
everything.
like that. So. Yeah, that Shackpot Rogue, I usually like whenever I get the chance to cast or see a Chinese player, because their meta is kind of like swiftly different than ours. They had like different sources of data, and the meta evolves like not in like on parallel tracks. They do not touch much, and that is interesting to see. Like a jackpot rogue here, relic demon hunter also with only 30 cards, and well, boon priest is one of the best decks out there. But also, as you mentioned, this is a ram druid but with celestial alignment after the nerfs, after the other nerf too. So it's interesting to see how this performs, because once again, this is a place to come and watch and check decks if you're about to submit them for the Master Tour.
Yeah, you're right. And for Furyhunter, we have here a priest as well, an aggro druid. He couldn't play it yesterday, you saw it, because he forgot about a custom rule, not playing a bugged card. He discovered it and he played it, and then he messaged me, "Oh, I forgot about that," and so he lost the game. So we didn't see the aggro druid, but I assume it can be very relevant here. The big beast hunter, it chose to bring Sylvanus as well, not the attorney. I don't remember the name. Okay, but we have the Silent Denatheus.
We don't have Theodore. Maybe this time we won't see it on screen either. We had a pretty accidental, pretty rough stream for Furyhunter that he did pull out a 3-2 win after all. The aggro druid, I think it's a great deck to counter druid, and even like kind of like maybe punish slow beast hunter starts. It's hard when they reach to turn 4 or 5 and they have pet collector and stuff, but if you nail a good lead, you can do that. Phylactery warlock, well, who would be casting if we won't be casting Furyhunter? And how can he not bring a combo deck, right? He even changes his battle tag to bring combo back or something like that. It was combo back, please. So well, we know this is Furyhunter.
And he won yesterday versus Rami, the last game with this. It was a very intense game. You have to check the replay. This is very insane. It's epic. Okay, we are about to give the players the go because they want to compete. Okay, just
remember that you on the chat can also participate from this broadcast, cheering for the players, or with the comments exclamation mark top and exclamation mark bottom, send them your energy for them to participate, or for them to see you are participating in the chat and cheering for them. Rooting, we have the 2 undefeated players until now. This is the finals. This is time for one of them to go down. We will see a new extra large beast hunter mirror as a starting dish.
Sorry, I didn't listen because I'm discussing with the players. We are Furyhunter on cam. We'll have WEStone in a few seconds. I'm giving them the go. It's okay, you can start. Good luck. Here we are. WEStone, it's at WE, so at the bottom. It's here. Preparing to battle friend.
That is so good. Whenever I cast in a different server than in Americas, it's so easy to find players, you know? It's just one scroll away, like the W. Whenever I do that in Americas, oh god, 280 players to go down to. That I should create a secondary account to just to broadcast. But well, time to play. Time to see the players on screen now.
Yeah, doing battle with a friend, spectating. So, bottom to cheer for Furyhunter from the Max team. So you have 2. but it's not mandatory. And you can cheer for WEStone from China using the exclamation mark top command.
Well, I know you will be cheering for Furyhunter, so I'll need to step on the opposite side of the street.
You're right.
And I will be cheering for Stone. This time I've seen him in a lot of competitive tournaments on the top of the Hearthstone esports events, and I think that China is here to conquer us all. At least Hearthstone-wise, their competitive scene is huge and it keeps on developing. Let's see how this Phallic Demon Hunter does against this Hunter. Interesting start for Fury. 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop. Nothing to worry about in the first turns.
And we have this Demon Hunter for WEStone, who was powerful as well yesterday, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure that Hunter likes Demon Hunter very well, so I guess it could be difficult, for Furyhunter.
Well, Furyhunter starts with a seed that is not the best one for the situation, because the Demon Hunter can just ping or face tank that, and even like with any cheap removal get rid of it. But on the other hand, it still has a wild seed in hand. We can get a different minion from it. You could even just coin
the saber or the Okani. Don't you coin the saber and double value trade?
Oh, the good thing about coining the saber, you're right on that, is that you have just top deck a way of dredging. That was the thing that was missing in Furyhunter's hand. So now with the Cananotron, he can next turn, if this after the tiger dies, go and fetch them from the bottom of the sea and bring it back.
Yeah. So what is it? And he chose to not kill his fox spirit. I like it. Okay. Even with the rush feature.
Yeah, the rush seems pretty good. Oh, look at this.
And then Okani.
He's going to play on curve with the Okani, not rushing to dredging because it was not like an optimal play. Next turn on 5 he can go Wild Seeds and Cananotron, or Rat King if he wants to solve the minion he has in front. This Okani counters.
Next spell.
Oh.
Okay, and we saw
maybe
yesterday
trying to counter like the 5-mana relic, which is what you expect your opponent to play on 5.
Right. Because he played once the first relic on 3, if I remember well, so you assume that it can be played now. And we saw yesterday the Prosecutor Meltronics in action. It was very powerful to keep your opponent to play anything from his hand. So maybe it will be it now. Okay, a relic, do you want to get rid of it? Okay, that's it.
It's like the only play you can do this turn. If the relic hits, okay, you play the second relic, you get rid of Okani, and you move on. If the relic activates Okani's problem or Okani's effect, okay, no problem at all. You just develop the Meltronics. And for Furyhunter, this is not a bad situation at all. He could play the Seas, which is a powerful card. The problem is like he didn't got the most value out of it, but still, I think it's enough. The question is, do you hero power or do you play the Trog in this situation?
I think you want to hero power because your opponent quite doesn't heal, so it's too
that is true. the only way of recovering health, it's Cortus that just came around, and it's super important at this time. Why? Well, because it allows Maltronics to stay on board, and having Maltronics on board now it does hurt Furyhunter. Trying to arrange the trades for Maltronic to have the most health points and not fall against a weapon or anything like that. And now, oh no, it's a battle cry. Sorry, I thought it was an aura effect. Just
And
subcasters and.
we
and
have
then move on.
Wyra on the chat saying, "I hope Furyhunter isn't cheating today." I like it.
Yeah,
You have to check the replay.
True. It's true. It's true. If you wanna see like Furyhunter got here cheating, just facts.
Yeah, you have to write something about that on esport.dg. Furyhunter caught cheating.
Let's see how it evolves, but let's see if Furyhunter finds a way to stabilize. He hasn't had time to play the Canonatron to dredge the Sunken Saber. On the other hand, the only beast he has on the deck are the Mountain Bear, so that's not that impactful, at least at this time. He needs to react. And Stone has an advantage here that, despite not having optimal plays, he could just shoes up his hero power a lot. With this trades, he's just throwing maybe predation here. Understanding he has Jace also in hand. He has Artificer C-Mox just one infuse away of being fully infused. So that's also a good news to have a hand refill, and just casually he just shipped 10 damage to face in a turn.
You're right.
Or did it with the board.
And Jace is not that fed yet, but it's already in end. As well as the Artificial Ximox. And cast all 3 relics into another relic, but
So the legends are.
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, you cast. Well, the problem is here that depending on where the damage goes, this relic of extinction is pretty much countered by
by the
Radodon.
You're right. You have 18 on board, and your opponent is 70. No, not 70. 20. 20.
No, it's
70.
It's 17 on board. 17 on board plus 4 from hero power and the Doggy Biscuit, but still, this is a lot of damage to receive. And Furyhunter can just, I don't want to say ignore, but does he mind what happens with the 13 damage Stone has in place in the board? Doesn't, with a King Crush coming
I like it.
in handy with a taunt in the way to prevent that hidden face. This is looking like just me go face.
I like it. You can get rid of the 8 for free, but I like going face here with the King Crush in hand, as I said, because now if it deals with all the board, you have the lethal in hand.
Well, it's time to scam. When you're lost, you just go for the scam and check. Let's see how Furyhunter can just invent a lethal out of thin air. Here, I mean, Stone invented lethal out of thin air. He drew 6 cards. He just discounted them by 20 million mana, but nothing of that should be enough. At least not for what we see. Stone doesn't know the 6th that the King Crush exists. But still, well, there's a way with the maybe throwing Bran in there, the discovering some secrets to some spells to try to have some heal.
Pretty difficult, yeah. See, like doesn't do much. Okay. Then what? What do you do? Okay, it's like and then
It's trying to set up lethal. That is interesting. The problem is that this awakens the Rat King, and I'm not sure if Stone either finishes the turn or even can. I mean, clear it.
he had to try. He had to try. So
Yeah, this is the best play possible.
you're right.
But yeah, he couldn't deliver the face damage. Maybe a bit of ping that happens when you play in different regions or when you play in a server that is not in within your region. That might have affected, but we knew, like, for what we saw on the board, for what we saw on the hands, that it was this game one was just for the hunter.
Yeah, and for now, tonight, the Hunter is 4-0.
4-1 actually. It lost one game.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
The mirror.
You're
Yeah,
right.
but mirrors away is 3-0 the hunter. Like we're not joking when we say this is a powerful deck.
Yeah, and I was just saying a Warlock played, and I was checking. Oh, I didn't see any Warlock. What did I do? And no, it's not a Warlock. It's the Rogue guy. A Rogue. I see you, WEStone. I see what you're doing now.
Look at that. Look at that. Getting in this, guys. We have a jackpot row. Let's see if if Stone can hit the jackpot. And having the Warlock hero power is kind of hitting the jackpot, because you always want card draw in the early stages of the game, and that is paramount for this Warlock. Talking about card draw, what you say about double peasant here?
I like it very much, very much.
And look at this reaction from Stone.
Yeah, Furyhunter was on cam saying no, don't kill them, and it
The problem with this
been
is that
killed.
he spent the coin. He doesn't have a 2-drop, and he has 2 dirt cards in hand, running mounts that cannot buff anything. This will buy Stone some time, but on the other hand, there's still the Assurance Saver. Oh, the nuts!
This is
Always
good.
the nuts.
This is very good. You have the saber in hand, and a way to dredge the second one. You have pet collector upcoming. Sorry. Good, but the jackpot. We saw the jackpot was very. Oh, what is it? Oh, only mage cards. So it's a warlock into rogue into mage.
Yeah, inception of classes this year. And it's interesting what Stone chose. It's I think high value card, and also it could be used as tradable. So the Drugfire Amulet is pretty good. The Refreshing Spring Water is super efficient card draw, so that is what we'll be seeing next turns, I guess. We already have in hand the Contraband Stash and Test, so we have a lot of value incoming whenever we get some minion generation. What this deck needs is not only play random stuff, but play some minion generation. And if you just pair up some minion generation with some board clears, that will mean that each of your power spike cards will clear the board and get you a new one. So that is what Stone is trying to do as a gameplay in this game.
And WEStone chose to not use a Thota on a few cards from Furyhunter's end, even if 2 of them are not been played yet, so maybe powerful, great cards. It chose not to do so. Maybe it's waiting for the brand. Not sure about that. Or maybe he want to keep his own card. Okay. Signal. Do you really want to trade the 4-3? Maybe yes, because you have the scabs in hand for in 2 turns. You have to play. Is it?
The thing is, I think it has a lot of sense, like getting rid of whatever the death battle of the Sunken Saber brings to the board, but on the other hand, that will take like 2 turns. Can you resist that much? Not sure.
Okay. I'll say. So you have a value trade here. I like it. I like it. And you have something in hand to heal. If I just something to. Oh, he's gone. Okay. Restore 5 heal. Maybe it has been traded. I'm not sure. Okay. So is it a trade here with the saber to get your beast, or will Furyhunter be afraid of scabs?
Scabs
Maybe.
comes in turn 8. I'm kind of liking pushing damage here actually, because in a sense you know that you are as the hunter you need to be the aggressor. Rogue cannot heal besides scabs or some shenanigans that Steve Rowe has many of them, but still I like pushing as much damage as Furyhunter can, especially because if you pop up the Asharan saber, the Sunken Saber, you'll get that your opponent will just flick the minion coming out of them from scabs. You better have the Asharan saber return to your hand. That's much better. Ooh. You don't want to give any of those consecration, maybe?
Consecration, yeah. Yes, you don't want to get rid of your own jackpot. Yeah.
But still, the loss for Furyhunter here, it's the wingman is significant at least.
And WEStone, it's not trading, it's Drakefire Amulet, waiting for the card to allow him play for free. And we have Mitty on the chat as well. Mitty, Pocket Train, Reqvam, Alban Lady, I am Wire. Everyone is here. And all the other ones, of course. So, what it is now, nothing much. Ramming Mount? Maybe. On the 2-2?
I kind of just want to not develop anything. The most I'll do is the trade here. Maybe I understand, but still, it's... Well, you cannot play around a legendary in a 40-card deck. That's true, right. But I think he could do it. The thing is, like, there's not much punishment here either, because having playing the Trog or not playing the Trog, it's you play it again next turn. You have the mana available. You're not burning any cards. Your stag will not be affected by scabs, and you have a consecration to get rid of these 2 shadows that Scab put on board. That is something we didn't mention, but it's quite significant.
Yeah, you're right. Because the stealth is quite difficult to get rid of, but with the consecration your opponent gave you, it will be easier. And I like the Okane that has been dredged from the bottom of the deck. So,
Power Word Fortitude. I was checking on the cards that Stone God, the Guardian's Grace, which is just unplayable, and Power Word Fortitude, which is kind of meh. The quality of the cards that he got from the random generation is pretty underwhelming, let's say.
Yeah.
Let's see if Furyhunter learned the lesson. This time he chose a minion. That's how you. That's at least how I like to play Okaini, at least in like some specific matchups, on around specific answers. Countering your opponent probably like this. The minions the row has are way more impactful than the spells. And Stone realizes that it's countering a minion and chooses to just make sure before throwing that Drake Fire Amulet and bringing Raidbot's an extra to the board.
Oh,
Or
we have
not.
an issue for player here. Maybe it's WEStone because his camera is not very.
It's
fixed.
lagging.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a
maybe I wouldn't dare to blame internet service providers. You know, like with every patch we discover new bugs. Who knows that maybe just playing a Dragfire Amulet as a rogue it's also a new bug, like the Reno disconnect bug. But well, we'll check afterwards. Let's see. It seems that he is back at least for what we see in the game. Let's see if he can pick, Raidbot on Ixia and saw the Eternal.
Okay, so what is it now? You can use the ramming mode
No creature
to get rid of the 8-3. Yeah, I like it. And maybe the Batigest.
Yeah, you just fill your you try to fill your board as much as you can. You are halfway there. Your opponent is at 25 life, and the problem is that your opponent neglected your Igman, but still not a bad spot to be in.
Okay, it have been
Some healing, and look at that. The random dragons are just amazing. Also, he got the Swift Scale Trickster to play the Garden's Grace to give a +5/+5 and Divine Shield to any of his minions and pick a favorable trade there. It's an interesting spot to be in. Silent is not that much infused, but still time will come for that. Stone will never run out of cards. Not only he has like the spring water in his card pool, but also Edwin in hand, just trying to see which resources he plays here to generate some more, and Contraband Stash
okay.
to bring some more juice to the board.
Ooh, the Shadow Step can be done, yeah, on this one. Which one?
On Tess?
On Tess, I guess. Was it Tess? Yes.
Was it Tess finally? Dragons this time were not good enough. 5/5 and a 2/3, but still the buff from the Scale Vein. It's pretty well placed because it landed on the minion with the most health. This will be a board that Furyhunter will struggle to clear.
Okay, he's trying to Tavish here. Explosive Trap, is it relevant? Not that much. What was it? Explosive Trap, okay. And what? Motion Denied.
Motion Denied.
Okay,
Well,
yes,
both make sense for the state of the board, but still a tough spot for Furyhunter given the amount of minions that are there, because on the hand there was also like a 10 healing for Stone, if I'm not mistaken, from the Shaman cards, and that makes a lot of a difference, because if your opponent is at 12 and you have a Motion Denied improved secret on board, you're just there. This time, it's not like it.
Yeah, and we see how much this rogue creates value his hand has never been lesser than 9 cards in the whole game, and he has every time something to play, every time, and still the Taste Greyman in hand for another refill.
Yeah.
Dinatheus?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
He's trying to just set the best board he can while playing safe. Playing the Denathrius here is playing safe because he's healing himself. And at the same time, it just is throwing lethal with 3 huge minions on board. So there was no sense on saving the Denathrius for next turn, or because next turn probably is next game, actually.
Yeah, you're right. I guess this is the end of the altar tonight. Now it's kind of set.
Let's check. There are 3 instances, but yeah, he's dead on board. Well, not dead on board, but will not ever make it there. Furyhunter resigns. The series go 1-1. Remember, this is the Max League 6 finals. We have a prize pool of 1,000 euros, and the winner will be taking 700 of them. So this match is super important. Both players have reached this stage undefeated, so we'll have an undefeated champion. One of them, on the other hand, will fall for the first time in the most important match of the league. Time for WEStone to defend his win. This is kind of like in tennis, right? You just to keep your serving games and try to get a break from your opponent to break that 1-1-1-1-1 string that of results that end up happening sometimes.
Yeah, you're right. And I had to mention something. I just forgot about that, so I may get it back later. What was that? Oh, I don't remember. Okay, so what choose? Oh, Furyhunter choose is Warlock, Phylactery Warlock. Okay, you
had like an alarm or anything like that. Maybe it's changing the commands for the players. That might be one of the reasons. But still, well, getting into the game, interesting. The Rune Meteor Rod available for Furyhunter as soon as turn 4 with the coin. Can you do you remember this that weapon costing 3 mana when it launched it? How crazy was that?
Yes, you're right. And do you remember the Trog who
like copying itself, not just summoning a different Trog, just copying itself, just
it was very good.
A complete copy. That was just
yes, I remember the last event we had before the Max League was this Max Open Cup 8, and it has been won by a Chinese player, Xiaoti. So, and we have another Chinese player here in the final, WEStone. So we'll see if, as I said before, Chinese players are at the top of Hearthstone world today.
Yep, indeed. Time for
you have to know.
Fury to manage. Yeah, he would love to just coin that Rune Meteor Rod, but if he falls that hard behind, there's no coming back. And on the other hand, if you coin the Meteor Rod turn 4, you're not playing Temp Sim, you're not drawing a lot next turn. It's not purely impactful. What is impactful is a 5 mana 7/7. Oh no, well, this is not 2014. That's just a regular card.
Okay. How do you deal with a 7/7 as a warlock nowadays?
Edwin on board with that is interesting because with the Shadow Step, Edwin keeps on buffing in hand. Now it's an 8/8, so next turn an 8/8 for 2 mana for keep on drawing. That'll be and keep on growing. Not only that'll be a problem for Furyhunter because the removal the Warlock has is damage based. It's not just kill a minion, it's damage a minion. So Stone can get out of range maybe. That is a possibility for him. Have a bank leaf bigger, big enough to just resist whatever Furyhunter has. More so, considering that Furyhunter has started just using part of his removal in this turn.
And started with parts of his combo here with the weapon, the phylactery, the Tamsin rune. Now we see that he has Hellfire. We are waiting for the imps, and maybe we can then end the game.
We need the bomb
soon.
yet.
Yeah, you're right.
We haven't played
You
the
have to
bomb.
play the
That
mine.
is, yeah, that is an important part of the combo.
Yeah, maybe.
If you make me add, Stone
You can shadow
wondering
step
if
the
he plays Draka.
I like the Draka, but maybe after the Shadow Step... Oh, maybe you will Shadow Step the Draka after that?
Sure,
No,
if it's
he keeps
worth
it.
shadow stepping. You have tasks for shadow stepping. You want to put the most pressure on board, because this way, like, you want to play around Hellfire, you want to play around possible removal. This turn is massive because Furyhunter with a double discount in hand was able to do everything. Oh, I thought we would go for the Hellfire turn.
Yeah, okay, I assume that, but still no mine. He plays 2 copies. Elven cards left in the deck. So, drawing... Oh, okay, maybe the little Hellfire. Is it the way that the Gnoll is involved? The, okay, so like that, that's better. You keeps your Hellfire.
Yeah,
Good draw.
I think Furyhunter was trying to prioritize drawing rather than cleaning the board. He could or using efficiently his resources, because at 30 life with most of the combo cards in hand, he just needed to survive one turn, not just get all the juice from his card. And now we see the Flemish Circle, Tamsin, Phylactery, the mine on board, double Hellfire. This is about to end.
And it doesn't want to see the same card that WEStone generated yesterday. It's Mass Polymorph. You don't want that.
Scams gets you there? No, it doesn't, right? Because you can... Like, the bomb dies, so it's not returned to hand because there was no hand space. So this means, well, yes, Stone is burning one card from Q's deck. No, that is not important at all.
Okay, so what do you have here? You have French Circle for more 4 EMs. Are 4 enough?
Haven't heard of me.
Yeah, you have Tamsin for 5. You can even throw the Dread Imp for 6, but this is more than enough. This is 40 damage. And plus 40 plus Hellfires, so
It's so
much more.
impressive on this deck.
Yeah.
It's art.
Yeah, he's kind of like that. It's kind of like Pocket Train with Board Priest. Furyhunter has it with Mine Warlock.
And the last deck for WEStone is here, the Celestial Alignment Druid. Can it be that strong that it can deal with this Phylactery Warlock?
I'm afraid I would say no, because the way you win against this Phylactery Warlock is either Disruption that might come on the way of, you know, well, Theodore maybe with Bran or something like that. Well, I just mentioned that, and there's Theodore and there's Bran. If you manage to steal your opponent combo pieces, that's good. If not, you don't have a win condition because you will not be able to pressure the Warlock down. You're a druid. You ramp, you do big stuff, but by the time you do big stuff, your opponent just cycle his whole deck and just kill you with a combo.
Okay, got rid of the two of them. Oh, already the mine here. Okay, we'll see. Furyhunter is at 2-1. WEStone has to win this to not lose the final. And for now, we are drawing here for Furyhunter. We have the Gnoll, not very relevant in this matchup for WEStone. We see the Guff already here and the Celestial alignment, but will it be relevant? Okay, Gnoll. Coining, okay, coining already the Guff. I like it, and then
Trying that's hard to get to that Celestial alignment turn, maybe.
Oh, Mutinous as well.
Let's see how the race goes.
The Tamsin
If
roll.
Tamsin, the mine will probably
You play two
set
mines.
to the board. Yeah, but you played this turn, I think.
No,
Why?
I like
Is
it.
there a reason not to play it? Like your opponent could Theotar it.
No, you're right.
I think
right.
it's one more minion for Mutinous not to eat Tamsin.
My hand is too full.
Okay.
Not burn Phylactery, just Fury.
Yeah,
No,
it's better.
Fury is not Sinto. Fury will never burn Shadowwalk. Fury never burns Phylactery. He puts it on the bottom of his deck if it's necessary, like it happened yesterday. He never burns it.
Yeah. Okay.
Accelerating
what it
card
is?
draw for Stone. Wild Growth could be a play for this turn. It's drawing. I also draws the second, the actual copy from the deck on regarding the dredge mechanic.
Okay. It will be
One turn
trade
away
here.
from the.
Okay. Okay, you
Yeah,
kill
well.
it. So no weird thing
Yeah,
can happen to your mind.
No mass
It's dead.
polymorph.
Yes, from a druid, but it's Hearthstone, you know. You never know what
Yeah.
happens.
You never know. And now time for Mutinous. It has 3 objectives. Tamsim, the mine, and entitle the customer. Only one of them is relevant, Tamsim. Because that with Tamsin you can get like double phylactery, and sometimes it's necessary if druids just get out of range with armor. Not
You're right.
seeing to be the case this time because like Fury is cheaping damage every turn with the board. Even
Yes,
Stone is
I
thinking
saw.
about it. He got the Mutinous and he's saying, well, wait, 9 damage on board. If I even eat Tamsin, is that relevant? Because I'm just below 30 already.
Yeah, and next, not sure that you play the Celestial. Oh, the Gnoll maybe? Gnoll number 2.
No, it's playable.
Oh, you have to choose quickly.
Remember
Yeah.
in game number 1, he wasn't able to spend the mana. Look at that! I forgot about that mechanic. The no, it doesn't cost as reduced. It costs as the full cost for the for the drawing or not drawing. All the cards do that. So he had Stone had to draw it with the hero power last turn. The problem now is we're just 1 phylactery away. And
he's playing the Mr. so it's only 2 minions in his hand, so Mutinous can hit more easily the Tamsin Rome here.
But still, I don't think it's relevant, given then, well, the only healing Stone has is the Self-Alex-Strasa. So I don't think that is much. This is not a bug. This is how Celestial Alignment works nowadays. You only affect your cards and your mana crystals, not messing with your opponent's combo cards or crystals. So nothing to worry for Furyhunter. He could keep on drawing and drawing and drawing. The only problem is that Phylactery is not in hand yet.
Yeah, and you don't have your weapon as well. Please bring the weapon. Heaven cards. Okay. Yeah,
But
you know that now.
And the look
swipe
at like
is not today.
yeah, swipe. Furyhunter is just getting there halfway with only just imps, with 1/1 imps. Now it's time for Stone to play, right? This is the turn in which Stone just makes a huge comeback because he draws his full hand, probably ramps again. No ramping? Oh, that's unfortunate. At least he takes the board and takes the lead in the next turn. Might be able to deliver some damage with Alex-Strasa, the weapon on hand. Is it necessary though? Yeah, I think it is. Well, you need to trade wicked shipments right now. But you're summoning 4 imps, so that's kind of enough.
So
Because we have three mana for Thompson, 1 for wicked shipment, for the Phylactery. That it's a total of 8, so we good. So the weapon is not mandatory.
The guy is counting.
So many possibilities.
So yeah, so many possibilities, and maybe if you play your weapon, you'll be able to empty a little your hand, so you can play your Thompson next turn because you don't want to get rid of your final piece of combo. Okay, I guess we'll have.
Bran is important. Bran can give you a double battle cry on Alex-Strasa. That's relevant
as well. Yeah, right. Maybe Bran Alex-Strasa, Bran Mutinous.
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
Why not both?
Yes.
As the meme would say, this is eating Thompson, which is a good thing, and now. Yeah, now he can go out of range.
Yeah.
Because a full board is 7 imps, and 1 Phylactery would turn that into 28 damage. So with that self-heal of 16 points, I don't think Fury is ever getting there. Not mentioning that I'm not seeing how fierce it was if he does.
Okay. So 10 cards in deck with imps inside of it. You have traded. Oh, Thompson is here.
Phylactery there, but the problem is it's not enough damage.
Okay, one more trade. Okay, the board is a board. 10 cards in hand. Still 10 cards.
The thing is this, now Fury relies on those imps, the dread imps coming from Tamsim to deliver. Because if he doesn't get damage, he won't be able to finish Stone off, because the combo is only 28 damage. 7 times 8, 7 times 4. It's not with the owls that was like kind of double. So that means a lot, and Stone knows it. Stone knows that He doesn't even need to be aggressive. He needs to outlast Fury.
Yeah, you're right. And I guess Furyhunter knows that he won't be able to beat this druid now without his Temsian. And maybe we will go. Oh yes. Okay.
Yes, if
Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
that is GG.
Yes. It's a 2-2. Yeah.
We talked about this. We talked about Rane and Mutinous and Theodore, the combo disruption potential. It's true that Fury was late for the combo. Like last game, that was against the Rogue that pressured him. He was able to combo on turn 8. This time it was like kind of like turn 10, and he was just not being able. So that's also a thing. If he would have gotten the weapon faster, draw faster, he could have got it there. But it was not enough. And now it's time for aggressive druid from Furyhunter to see if on the other way, instead of comboing your opponent, you can just beat them down faster than they can put their game plan online.
Yeah, you're right. It's the aggressive druid that Furyhunter chose to bring here in this final and semi-final yesterday. Okay, planted evidence, living roots. That's what it be. And for now, we don't have any ramp on WEStone's
the
end, but Topio is here.
Top here is for turn 7. Well, at least 7 mana. With the Trog, that's not that simple. Stone realizing that his hands needs some change and went for it despite giving a Trog to his opponent. I'm guessing right here we'll see the planted evidence. Mark of the Spike Shell is pretty good here, buffing one of your minions, and you go as wide as you can. Next turn you have the Herald of Nature, follow up with Prize Fury, and the idea of this is just getting there before your opponent just even can't play any cards.
Yeah, and you don't want to innovate here into Seedsman, but what would it be? You have to give trucks, maybe enough trucks to keep your opponent
To fill up the board?
Yeah, to play another minion, but the coin into Pride's Fury will be Pride's Furyhunter.
Exactly.
Pride's
Yeah,
Furyhunter.
Prize Furyhunter, exactly. Trying to set up, I guess, like things in reach of scales of Onyxia this way, neglecting the boards, the board presence, saying, okay, I can take 9 damage a turn. That 9 damage will turn into 16 as we blink, and Furyhunter doesn't even just waits for a second. There's no other possible play. This is shipping damage, and this will not be a board that will be easy to solve. Not seeing a way out here for Stone, unfortunately.
I can see.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's,
that's true.
that's it.
That's how it
That's
takes.
it.
We talked about the Trogs taking the win. Furyhunter
impressive.
winning the whole Max Sig champion, a new champion.
Oh, impressive. 2 in a row, Furyhunter. Thanks for the games, WEStone. Are you okay for a little final interview? It's very early for him in China, maybe 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
Exactly, it's kind of late, so it's understandable. That's also a thing, like to highlight him playing at the best of his capacity, despite being an awkward hours. Next Master Tour will be early for Europeans, starting like 8 or 9 a.m. For us in the Americas region, it will be around 4 in the morning or 1 in the morning, depending on which side of the continent are you. But still, this is time for celebrating Furyhunter, the champion, and what else can we say that just trog me, dude.
Shrug me, dude, yeah.
Hi, Furyhunter. I'm WEStone. Thank you for the games and for the show. It was impressive. It was earth-breaking. It was breath-keeping. It was everything. Thank you. And a special thank for WEStone. I know it's very early or late in China right now. It's about 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. So thank you for the games at this time, and thank you for being here in the interview.
Yeah. So I'm so sorry for missing the interview before.
No
So
problem. No problem. You don't have to. You don't have to be. And both of you have given us a very good show during the whole Max League 6. You were both undefeated before this game, before this final, and it was very good to have you 3-2. Very impressive from the both of you. Rane?
Yes, I agree. I wanted to congratulate you both and thank you for this show, because it was actually a show. I had some gameplay questions, like the game on Druid against Warlock is one that I haven't studied a lot, because it's not just a common matchup in the game. I think it's Furyhunter and himself just playing that Mind Warlock these days. But how did you feel, Stone? Did you feel that it was winnable from the disruption side, or just getting faster to your alignment turn and pressuring and just praying he doesn't Fury didn't draw the combo before you?
Yeah, I think when I play alignment, I can win the game. I can use jitter and other many things. Or
On the other game,
brand things.
Yeah, because we saw you had like Bran and Theodore in hand, but that's a combo for like 7 mana. It's like tossing them away for going for your alignment turn. Did make more sense, because you can do more powerful stuff later.
I think play alignment is a more winnable.
More winnable play.
It's the winnable play.
Yeah.
And on this,
how did you see that match, Fury, on your side? How was it? Because
I mean, I didn't draw Rod in top 21 cast, and you don't ever win games with Mind Warlock. So that, I mean, I don't think we had a single close game, actually. I think every single game out of the 5 was just like won by far. I guess Mindlock Rogue was a little bit close, maybe. But other than that, like, it was just total blowout. Just one side had a favorable matchup, maybe drew well, and the other guy drew like shit, right? Every game. Like Demon Hunter versus Hunter, he didn't really draw many relics. He didn't draw the relic vault. Easy win for the Hunter. Just every game did truck on 1 in the last game. Just GG, you know.
Yeah,
the last thing was just.
Yes, but you had a very bad day yesterday with the Warlock killing you on 5, if I remember well, Furyhunter, versus your own Hunter, versus it was Rami, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you feel after having won this Max League 6, considering the field? We had 64 players this time, all and invited because of their winning rate in Grandmasters, Master Tours, ladder finishes, and now you won the final. So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, it always feels great to win, and thank you for organizing these. I'm a very competitive person. I love winning, so it's nice to have more things to win, you know.
I understand.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, it's nice to win, and it's some nice money. So yeah, we take those.
And WEStone, it's your first time in the Max League. How do you feel about the format of the event with kind of league? You are in 4 groups, as you knew, because you won everything in your group. How do you feel about the whole thing?
Yeah, it's great. I think my team organized very well, and I have a lot of fun playing with other players from other region.
Yeah.
I think it's a great experience.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And thank you once more for being played so early in the morning from China. Yeah, Rane?
There was one more thing that I want to ask you, Stone, is because we know that there's some barriers or some differences between our meta and the Chinese meta. How along the tournament, do you feel that your lineups were kind of different from what your opponents brought? Because even in the finals, you brought the Thief Rogue, Relic Demon Hunter is kind of like a more mainstream deck, but did you notice those differences along the tournament?
I love to test different things. I think Thief Rogue and Demon Hunter is very interesting decks. Maybe they are not good enough, but they can win some games.
Yeah, well, yesterday that Thief Rogue just delivered. I saw your game against Reqvam and he was completely obliterated.
Thief Rogue is kind of miracle rogue.
Yeah, and if you check the replay of your game versus Reqvam, you see that you almost kill him in the real life. Playing all your jackpot cards.
he was about to switch sides with a skeleton. He will become the skeleton on the back, and the skeleton would play. It was a crazy series, and it was a super. I want to just congratulate you both because your gameplay was super neat. It's fun to see and interesting to see, and try to discover why the plays you do are that superior after like doing the aftermath, because that's something that I enjoy about casting. It's trying to figure out why you think a play is better than the other, and you gave us a lot to think about this series. Well, not that strong on one thing that ended the last match on turn 1, but still there were some nice decisions and some nice gameplay all along, and thank you for gifting that to us.
And GG for the upcoming Master Tour in, I guess, 2 days now. Yeah, 2 days. Hope that you the Max League 6 helped you to figure out a lineup or some decks that will be better than other ones, even if we are in LHS format and not in Conquest. So hope it helped, and GG to both of you.
Yeah, it definitely helped. I'm just gonna draw a truck and run in Masters 2 as well.
Yeah, you have to do so. You're right. And choose the right deck as well.
It's Muglan standard.
At least I can play two bosses if I discover it in the Masters 2.
Well. Hold your horses over there. It hasn't been fixed yet, so.
Yeah, you're right. I guess it won't.
Surely they will fix it.
Yeah, surely.
Okay, guys, thank you, and see you. Have a good rest, WEStone, and I'm contacting both of you on Discord later for the payment. The payment, yes, you will be paid, guys. Okay, see you.
See ya.
Okay, we I lost your cam, Rane.
I can see myself, but I'll turn it off and on, so you can see me too. And
okay,
I'm
back. The Rane is back. We had very good games, very good games. I loved everything I saw tonight and yesterday as well. I'm not disappointed to have those semifinals. This top 8 we had into this top 4. The 4 players were very impressive. We had some sad players, Rami94, and I can assume WEStone, but the whole of them made a very impressive tournament, as we mentioned before. It was 65 of the most rated players now. It's quite of very difficult to get just get in the playoffs. And they are here. So GG to all of them.
Yeah, so it was an amazing tournament. It was an honor for me to be able to cast the finals with this great ending, with the whole Reqvam crowd cheering there. A lot of competitive players. I hope I did good. I hope I didn't just. Committed many misplays while casting. I noticed 1 or 2 or maybe 3, but at least I tried to bring some fun to the broadcast. I'm really honored, Max, for you to invite me. If you want to follow me on social media at RaneTDF, it's just my tag. I tweet in Spanish and in English. I try to get content for all of you, so I'll appreciate the follow there. And that's all I want to say. I want to say a big shout out for the players and for Max team for organizing this.
Yeah, thank you. And we have to mention your work for esport.gg. I saw many articles last days on battlegrounds, on everything concerning the game Hearthstone, and you want to tell us about maybe a new article in writing right now?
I tried to cover now. Today I did just a fast one, just with some deck recommendations for the Tavern Brawl of the day, which is kind of like standard. But one article I did that I enjoyed writing, like I enjoyed investigating about, it was the one about the secret card back. I joined the players trying to figure out how to work stuff, and it's a nice challenge, which is not, it's super, like it's doable with, like, within a match, within a game's time. It's just 10-15 minutes. I wrote a guide about that. It's quite and it's also replayable. I played like a couple of times. It's a nice puzzle that Celestial put out. I wrote a guide on that, and feel free to check it out. I try to write guides on everything, battlegrounds, constructed, some opinion articles, and every Hearthstone related news you can think of.
Yeah, thank you. We like it. We like your content. And thank you for your work, Rane. And thank you everyone who has followed this Max League 6, I guess, for 2 months now. And now we are on vacation until the Maxland 4 in Paris, on 29th and 30th of October. So you can buy your ticket if you want to, !tournament, to have the link to register for the Maxland 4. You know that the best thing in Hearthstone esport is the LAN. So we have a LAN. Come and play in the LAN. You have to do so. And we'll have players from America. I cannot say much, but I know.
I know a bit. I think I know a bit about it. I have some. I'm a journalist. I have sources. People
Okay.
talk to me, but I'm super excited about you having a LAN, because as you said, I think that's a great place for the community to thrive, for have fun on top of Hearthstone. We have seen a lot of LAN events, and we really miss them. Having a crowd, being able to celebrate with friends, or even play with others watching you, and you feeling they are watching you, not just through a camera, but live there. It makes the game so different. So I'm glad you're organizing that LAN, and I recommend everyone that can go, because it's LANs are amazing events in which you you don't find Hearthstone players, you find friends there. So
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's a good thing the game gives us.
Thank you, everyone, and see you for the Max LAN 4 at the end of October. And thank you, Rane. Thank you, Rane, for the cast. Thank you very much. And great GG for Furyhunter winning the Max League twice in a row. The first player to win 2 Max Leagues. The first one. Very good achievement. Thank you. And see you.